Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to show you the radio failsafe on the Pixhawk drone. So initially I'll be showing you the configuration on mission planner, then I'll be showing you the configuration that you have to do in your radio transmitter, and in my case I'll be using the Flysky FS i6S1, but the concept will remain the same for the other transmitters as well. And finally I will show you the demonstration, which is the real-time flight test on the radio failsafe. So what is failsafe, radio failsafe? It is simply the feature for which the drone will be returning to its launch position on basis of GPS log, or it will be landing immediately from its current position. So it mainly works when the radio transmitter is disconnected from the receiver. So for some reason, if it happens that the radio transmitter is out of voltage, if it happens that the drone has gone beyond the range of the radio transmitter, only then the radio failsafe will be triggered. And there is of course two types of failsafes. One is the hardware triggered and the other is the software triggered. So for the hardware triggered part, we have to make some configuration on the radio transmitter, and for the software trigger part, we have to make some configuration on the mission planner that will be eventually triggering the radio failsafe on the Pixhawk and eventually initiate the corresponding action, which is in our case the RTL, or in other words it will be land in case of the unavailability of GPS. So what happens if for any reason the transmitter is disconnected from the receiver, then if the drone is beyond 2 meters from the home location, and if it is on GPS log, then it will be returning to its launch position. That means the RTL mode will be initiated. But if it happens that the drone is below 2 meters from the home distance, then the land mode will be initiated automatically. If it is not on GPS log, then no matter if it is within or beyond 2 meters from the home location, the land mode will be initiated automatically. But if it happens that you are at your home location but you have armed the drone, in that case if the radio failsafe is triggered, then the drone will be disarmed immediately. So that's all the radio failsafe is going to do. So right now I would like to show you the configuration that you have to do on mission planner in order to initialize the radio failsafe feature on your Pixhawk drone. So currently I'm connected with my drone using the Wi-Fi telemetry. So I'm going to show you the configurations that you have to make. So first of all, you have to go to configuration and then full parameter list. You have to check for the FS failsafe. So let me search failsafe. So you see that we have a number of options over here. We are mainly interested about failsafe on throttle. So FS throttle enable. You must ensure that it is set to 1, which is the default value right over here. And what we are going to do in case of the radio failsafe, the action that is going to be triggered is enabled always RTL, and the failsafe throttle PWM value is set to 975. So these are the two parameters that you must adjust before initializing the radio failsafe. Now I would like to show you some of the aspects of radio failsafe. I mean how it actually works. So right now I would like to turn on my radio transmitter. Yes, I have turned on the transmitter. So I believe you can see the deflection of my sticks on the screen over here. So the throttle stick is mainly on channel 3. So you see it's in the maximum position. You see the PWM value is 2000 on the third channel right over here. And as the throttle stick in its minimal position, then the PWM value is 1000. So what we want to do is, once the radio failsafe is triggered by the radio transmitter, I mean if it is disconnected from the receiver, then we want it to set the PWM value on the third channel something below 1000 but above 900. So you see the failsafe PWM is set to 975. So right now our target is to ensure that on the third channel we have some PWM value, or in other words the pulse width modulation value, something below 1000. So if it is in the minimum position, it's 1000, but if the failsafe is triggered, we want it to be something below 1000. For example, 950, 920, anything below 1000 but above 900. So we have to do some configuration on the radio transmitter so that the failsafe value is set to something below, the PWM value is set to something below 1000 once the failsafe is triggered, and I'll be showing you shortly the configuration that you have to do on the radio transmitter, which is the Flysky FS I6S in my case. So that's all about the configuration on Mission Planner. And right now I would like to show you the configuration on the radio transmitter. So right now I'm going to show you on how you can configure the hardware triggered radio failsafe on your radio transmitter. So I'm using the Flysky FS I6S1 as my radio transmitter, but you can use any other transmitters, and the concept will be the same for the other transmitters as well. So the software triggered radio failsafe has already been initiated on Mission Planner, and the radio failsafe, the software triggered radio failsafe on Mission Planner has been configured on channel 3. So we have to adjust the radio failsafe, the hardware triggered radio failsafe on our transmitter on the 3rd channel. So for doing so, we have to initially adjust the endpoints, because as I've already told you in the previous part, that once the failsafe is initiated by the hardware, it must generate a PWM value which is something below 1000, because as the throttle is in the bottommost position, it generates a PWM value of 1000, and of course we want the PWM value to be something lower than 1000 once the transmitter is disconnected from the receiver. So our first target is to set the PWM value, the minimum value of the PWM on the radio failsafe on the 3rd channel to be something below 1000, and the next thing we're going to do is adjust the radio failsafe on the 3rd channel. So by default, as I've already told you, that the bottom value on the 3rd channel, that is the throttle stick, is 1000. So to make it below 1000 on radio failsafe, we have to adjust the endpoint on the 3rd channel. So the first step we're going to do is adjusting the endpoint, the negative endpoint on our 3rd channel or the throttle channel. So I've turned on the radio transmitter by clicking on both of these buttons. I'm going to unlock the screen. Yes, it's been unlocked. I'm going to function right now and check endpoints. Okay, it must be somewhere on here. As you can see, endpoints. After that, I'll go to channel 3 because that is the throttle channel, and here is the negative value of channel 3, the negative value of the endpoint on channel 3. So let's set it something below 100, like 120. So it's negative value, so below 100 means negative 120. It's very simple. So it will be 120. Let me see. Yeah, it's 120. I'm going to click on OK. Yes, the endpoint on the 3rd channel has been adjusted, as you can see. Then we have to adjust the failsafe. So we are going to go down and get to failsafe right over here, as you can see. So let me click on it, and we have to go to the 3rd channel. So by default it will be in this state, and you have to turn it on. So I'm going to click here very simply, yes, and then you have to adjust the failsafe by adjusting the PWM value. So get your throttle stick in the bottommost position. So this will give us a PWM value of 900 because the endpoint was negative 120%. So in this state, the PWM value will be 900, and keeping the throttle in the bottommost position, which is negative 120%, we're going to click on setup. Yes, the failsafe on the 3rd channel has been set, but right now what's the problem is that the endpoint on the 3rd channel is set to negative 120. So it happens that when you are flying the drone, if you get your throttle stick in the bottommost position, it happens that the radio failsafe will be initiated, because as it's in the bottommost position, it will generate a PWM value something below 1000, which eventually will trigger the hardware trigger radio failsafe as well the software trigger radio failsafe. So to avoid this problem, we have to reset the endpoints, the end value on the 3rd channel. So right now you can see that the negative endpoint on the 3rd channel is 120, and we have to reset it back to 100. So I'm going to reset it back. Okay, I mistook. Okay, so it has to be 100. Yeah, it's been set to 100. Let me click on OK. So as you can see that the endpoint on the 3rd channel has been reset. Yet if you go to radio failsafe, you will see that the radio failsafe will be initiated on a PWM value of negative 120% on the third channel, as you can see. So that's all about the configuration of the radio transmitter for the radio failsafe. Right now, I would like to show you the demonstration, the way it works, the way the radio failsafe works. So right now, I'm on top of my rooftop and I'll be doing the radio failsafe test. As you can see, I have my transmitter, the drone, and the laptop right over there. So as the transmitter gets disconnected from the receiver, the RTL or the return to launch mode should be initiated and the drone should be returning to its launch position automatically. So I will be disconnecting one of the batteries from my transmitter to disconnect it from the receiver, in other words from the drone, and I'll show you that the RTL or the return to launch mode would be initiated and the drone will be returning to its launch position. So I'm giving the camera to my brother who will be holding it. I believe the video is recording. Yes, come over here. So I'm starting the recording on my laptop. So I'll be arming the vehicle shortly. Yes, so currently it's in the loiter mode and I'll be arming the vehicle shortly. Okay, so let's arm the vehicle. You see, the vehicle has been armed, so I'll be taking it off right now. So as you can see, it's climbing. Okay, my Wi-Fi telemetry has been problematic these few days, maybe because of the vibration. So I'll be going forward and then I'll be unplugging one of the batteries from my transmitter and show you if the radio failsafe is activated. So I'm on top of the 10th floor, so the wind is very high over here. That results in a bit of instability of the flight. And I'm flying within the polygonal geofence of inclusion. So the drone is right over there, as you can see. And right now, I will be disconnecting my transmitter from the receiver. So as you can see, I have unplugged one of the batteries and the drone is returning to its launch position automatically. The drone is automatically returning to its launch position and it will be landing very shortly within a positional accuracy of 50 meters. I have a very short space on my rooftop, so it's a bit difficult for me to show the demonstration here clearly. So as you can see, I have the transmitter disconnected from the receiver and the drone has successfully landed. So the radio failsafe feature is properly working. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching.